Yo, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Joining me, as always, is my co-host from the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks podcast, Mr. Terrific, Trav Martin. See, I said it right this time, Trav.
Hey, bro, you threw my last name. They know the whole identity, man. Jeez, throw them the social.
My
God.
Well, I was saying Trav the Trash Man. Look, man, you got to choose what your name is. It's like, I'm Benjamin Banks. D is D. It's just like, you don't know if you want to be Mr. Terrific, Trav. I don't know what to call you, man.
Hey, the name on the screen, baby, it's Trav.
Hey, I'm going to be like Goku when he told Piccolo, he was like, I don't know to call you Kami, call you Piccolo. I'm going to call you Kamikolo. That's what I'm going to call you, Trav.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to call you. But joining us on today's interview is professional voice actor, Mr. Cedric L. Williams. Cedric, how you doing today, man?
I'm good. How y'all doing this morning?
Hey, we are doing fantastic. It is the spooky season.
Oh, yeah.
Last episode to come out before the Halloween season and comes up, and we are very excited to be doing this right now.
Hey, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for the invite.
Yeah, you're welcome. So before we get into today's interview, everybody that's watching, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And Trav, if D was here, what would he say right now?
Hey, D would let you know you need to like, follow, subscribe. Podcast in the description. Let's go.
So like I said, thank you again for joining us. One thing that we like to do here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks is we like to hear everybody's origin story. Every hero or villain has one. So tell everybody who Cedric L. Williams is.
Well, Cedric L. Williams is an anti-hero.
Hey.
He's chaotic good. Well, I started, I'm from Kentucky originally. I was a military brat. So I moved around a lot. I say Kentucky, but I moved around a lot of places. Texas, Louisiana, Alabama at a time where most of my family is. But Kentucky is where I spent most of elementary school and high school. I've always wanted to be an actor, like on camera. I didn't know voice acting was a thing, actually. But I'll talk about that later. So I would always do voices just because I always had like a very high pitch and unique voice. SpongeBob would be the one that I usually do. That's what people knew me for. Like when we read stories in class, I would do the voices. Like we would read A Christmas Carol, I would be Mr. Scrooge. So it was just like something I did for fun, but I didn't know it would be like a career path. I just knew I wanted to be an actor. I like to entertain people, be the center of attention, and, make people laugh and stuff, So after high school, I moved to Cali, and then I started pursuing on camera. I did like short films and indie films, like, and student films to like build up my resume.
Right.
Had an agent for on camera, went on a bunch of auditions. But there was something that sparked. I watched a YouTube video, and this random guy, he wasn't a famous voice actor. He was just like a random guy who looked like me. He made a voiceover demo. And I'm like, I could do that. I've been doing that my whole life. Voice acting? Wow, that's a thing. Because I used to think that cartoons talked like they were like real. I didn't know there were people behind it.
Right.
So something, like something just connects. You have like I think they call it an epiphany. I had an epiphany, and I was like, wait, voice acting. I do that. Been doing that my whole life. I used to like draw cartoon characters and give a voice for them when I was younger. Okay, so I literally, I also watched cartoons my whole life. That's mostly what I watched. SpongeBob was like my big one. 90s Nickelodeon cartoons were my favorite, like Ren and Stimpy, Doug,
Rocket Power,
Wild Thornberries,
Dog.
Cat Dog, yep. Also watched a lot of Cartoon Network as well. Dexter, Powerpuff Girls, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Johnny Bravo, yep. And so when I saw this guy make this demo and it connected with me, I did a bunch of research on the voice acting community. I literally became a sponge. I watched podcasts. I watched interviews. I like listened to other voice actors' demos. There was a website called Voice Bank. and had every voice actor's demo on there, and I listened to all of them on my favorites. Like I find out who voiced my favorite cartoon characters. And so I learned all these things because I had no training of like voice acting. I just had all this knowledge of cartoons that all throughout my life. And anime for sure. And then I just eventually made a demo by myself, which I say never do, but yes, I did it anyways. And that demo has got me through and got me to where I am today. And I still use it and got an agent. Eventually started to like get some work for like anime studios, and then it started to build up, and here I am today.
Hey, that was an awesome origin story. Yeah, man. I mean, like, there's a lot of things that I want to piggyback off of, some of the stuff that you said, especially the Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon stuff. But before I get to that, I like how you said that, you made your own demo, which is something that we've heard from a lot of voice actors and actresses. That is, something that you shouldn't do. Like, you should go through the proper methods of doing it and whatnot. But I feel like with you telling your origin story, you took the road to doing everything yourself. And you see that, what is it? It's like lightning in a bottle. Like, it struck and it worked for you. And then now you've done like all of these characters in anime and cartoons and stuff like that. So pinky's up to you for that. Now,
thank you.
You're welcome. So I didn't hear or hear you mention that you did anything in theater, because I know that's something that we hear a lot from a lot of people that get into voice acting, is that they had like a theater background, but you said that you just did voiceover work just growing up. Now, do you have any theater experience at all, or did you just get in just by doing voice acting?
I did do one play because I was one of those actors where I was like, dang, I have no like theater training like every other actor, so let me try a play and see if I like it. Mm-hmm. And it was fun. It was like a gospel play called Overcome Overjoyed. It was kind of like one of those like plays where it has a spiritual message to it, and then like we had like a music teacher, and our dad is like kind of sad because our mother passed away. It was me and like 3 other siblings, and then the dad eventually starts dating the music teacher because he's neglectful towards us, and she's been like with us the whole time teaching us music, so they kind of come together. It was really cool. Then I tried to do another play and that didn't work out. So I really didn't have a lot of previous acting training. I've taken acting classes since then. Mm-hmm. I just took Richard Horvitz class. Nice. He's the voice of Invader Zim. Mm-hmm. Charlie Adler's class. He's the voice of Cow and Chicken and the red guy in Cow and Chicken.
Red guy.
Yeah, he's all 3 of them. He's also Mr. and Mrs. Big Head. And went to Playhouse West. That's Meisner technique. So, later on I took acting classes, but no, I didn't start off doing theater. And let me piggyback on making my own demo. The reason I made my own demo is because getting your demo produced is expensive. That's the first big expense that voice actors go through. And when you're new and you need to get this demo made, you're like, what am I gonna do? I can't afford like $1,600 demo. So that's why I did it myself. I'm like, well, you know what? This is free, and I'm gonna make it the best I can. So let's do it. I don't let stuff like that.
If I knew they was charging $1,600 for a demo, I would have been offering them services long ago. Good God.
Well, I know, because I've always wanted to get into voice acting, and Trav, he's told me before, he's like, hey man, just come over to the house, let's do a demo and let's go from there. You never know what can happen. So it's like hearing your story and just seeing like your career and where you are now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's watching and listening to this, it's like, this man is an inspiration. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Thanks, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. Because I mean, I feel like everybody, they might not have the funds to, do the demos themselves. I mean, not themselves, but to pay somebody to professionally do it and whatnot. But it's just like if they hear or watch this and they're just like, man, like, you know, maybe I can make my own. Like, I love voice acting, I love anime, I love cartoons, I really want to get into it, and they just put it out there into the ether and just go from there. You never know what can happen from there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like if the want is strong enough, then nothing can stop you. Like Richard talked about that in his class, determination. You know, the stronger the determination, the stronger the want and the goal. Like there's gonna be a lot of obstacles in your way.
Of course.
The stronger your determination is. So my determination was stronger than my like lack of funds at the time to pay for a demo, which is why I did it myself.
So I wanted to ask you this because, you know, you said growing up you watched cartoons, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon. I didn't hear Disney Channel because Disney Channel did have a couple of fire shows back when we were younger, even though not all of them were popular. Like, you know, Proud Family.
Proud Family.
Kim Possible. I didn't really watch what was it, One Saturday Morning. I didn't, because it's like you had so many options when we were kids. You know, you had Fox Kids, you had Kids WB, and I just felt like
Kids WB.
Yeah,
I used to love that. Jackie Chan Adventures was probably my favorite.
Absolutely.
Jackie Chan Adventures, Batman Beyond. There was so many, you know, options that we had when we were younger, and it's like now the world that we live in now, there's way more options. You know, you can stream whatever you want. Like there's channels dedicated to cartoons. But I want to ask you, like, how was it that you got into anime? Like, did you grow up watching anime as well, or is this something that you had got into later on? Because we hear that from a lot of voice actors. Where Trav, who was it that we had up here? Brianna Roberts. Like, she was telling us when she had got into voice acting, Danny Chambers introduced her to anime.
I love Danny Chambers.
Yeah, she's cool.
The queen.
Yeah, who does?
Exactly.
And you know, Brianna was just telling us like she got into anime when she was in college. So was it something similar for you, or did you grow up watching it?
I grew up watching anime. Dragon Ball Z was my first anime, or was it Pokemon? It's one of those two. I still love them both today. It started off, those were my first two, and then I transitioned into One Piece, and then Death Note.
Hear that?
Just take it easy, man. As long as Sid don't say that he don't like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, then we're fine, man.
I just started. Well, I didn't just start JoJo, but I watched it. I'm a little late on JoJo. I'm on the second season.
Okay.
Trying to get up to that third season where stands show up.
Okay.
Where it gets good. Yeah.
Hey, take it easy, man.
I mean, I know their power system completely shifted from Harmon to
stands. Yeah.
To stands.
It's crazy. I mean, it becomes like Pokemon. Like once they get to the stands, it's like you have to battle my stand and yada 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 yada, this and that. But I love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But continue. I'm sorry.
That's one of the animes I want to be on eventually. Is JoJo. So because I feel it's, since I do a lot of cartoons, JoJo is very like big and like wacky. So
over the top.
I love to do something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had a pretty extensive anime like catalog that I used to watch when I was younger, and then it just got bigger and bigger as I got older. I am kind of sad that I started Yu Yu Hakusho really late. I think I started Yu Yu Hakusho like earlier this year.
Wow.
And I really love it.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
Now, did you start it after you were? I mean, yeah, because you said you just started it. But
I was.
Yeah, I know.
I already knew where you're going with the question.
Yeah, you already know where I'm going with the question because you were on Hunter. You were on Hunter x Hunter. You know,
yeah, it's my first anime. Yeah.
Hey, and it's a classic, and you played an incredible character up there, Cheeto.
Yep.
Yeah, I love Cheeto.
Oh,
Cheeto.
absolutely.
I said Cheeto.
It's fine. There's
I like
a lot
Cheeto
of
a little
memes.
better though.
There's a lot of memes about that. Him being like, there's a meme I saw where it's a Cheeto puff and it has Cheeto's head on the Cheeto on the Cheeto.
I like that. I'm gonna start calling him Chester Cheeto.
Hey, that's dope. I like that. Chester Cheeto.
That's awesome that was your first anime role, and then especially to be on Hunter x Hunter, which was it was big at the time, and it's still a big anime because it's not finished yet. But then you say you got into Yu Yu Hakusho, so like, how was it working on Hunter x Hunter?
It was awesome. It was totally unexpected. It was one of those roles where it was offered to me. At the time, I was doing another show at the studio. It was a prelay cartoon. Prelays like American cartoons where you put the voices down first and they build the cartoon around your voice. We did 52 episodes of it. It's called The Tasty Tales of the Food Truckers.
Nice. I like the title.
I played a character. His name was Tong. And he was very energetic, and he was like the social media sort of character. Like he always had his phone out. He had all like the technology stuff, kind of like drones and stuff like that. He wasn't smart. He was just very just playful. And so the cast director already knew that I could play a character like Chitu, so she gave it to me.
You said your character's name was Tong?
Yeah.
Now, are all the characters named after utensils in the kitchen, or
pretty much? Well, the show is built around. It's like three animals that have a cooking show, and they travel the world collecting ingredients, and so it teaches kids about like different types of food culture in different cultures. So,
okay, so it's like a preschool kind of cartoon.
I would say a little bit older, maybe like 8, maybe
like Dora the Explorer, something like on that level.
Well, they don't go to the camera and say, "Hey, can you find egg?"
right. They don't interact with the audience.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, we interact with the audience.
Hey, and I could already tell the voice game's on point because that was spot on the map right there.
I wish I could be a little louder. My girlfriend and her roommates are probably still asleep, so that's why I'm a little low. But when it gets like, if we're still doing this back in 40 minutes, then I'll be a little louder.
Okay.
It is early here now, on a Saturday.
Were you saying loud? Like, are you talking Dragon Ball Z screaming loud?
We gonna pass out in the booth?
I project. Like, my natural speaking voice is very loud. I'm actually holding back quite a bit right now.
Hey, I like the Dragon Ball Z references. I'm only using 5% of my power right now.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it was cool. Like, just watching Hunter x Hunter, and then you being on the show. Now, did you watch the anime before you were up there?
No, but I did do research on the character. Like when I got cast, I always watch the Japanese and read the wiki of the character so I can get a better understanding. And I didn't know how big the anime was, but apparently it's like a very legendary anime, and it was my first role. And I didn't understand like what I was getting myself into, but I was just happy it was my first anime, and I'm like, wow, this is great. I love this character so much. And
it's not.
Go ahead.
Nah, you're good. I was gonna say it's just not too often animes get a reboot like Hunter x Hunter. Fruits Basket just got one. Full Metal Alchemist. So that's why it's like so prestigious, because you got like the OG version of it, and then the reboot of it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I saw the artwork is different in the 1999 version of Hunter x Hunter.
Right.
Do you know where did they stop at before they rebooted it?
And they stopped at the Greed Island arc.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they stopped at the York New City. Is it York New City?
Where the meeting grounds are,
with the spiders and everything. Like the original anime stopped there. And then they came out with OVAs for Greed Island, so that way that they could finish it. But it was just like the manga was still going on at the time, so they never got all the way up to the Chimera ant part. But it's just crazy that that the manga is still going on. Like I would love for it to get wrapped up, because I'm one of those people where it's like I watched Hunter x Hunter last year for the first time, and everybody always talks about how good it is and whatnot, and how they hated it once they finished watching the series, that it's just like they didn't know when the next part was going to come out. And it's like, I understand that feeling, because after I finished watching it, like I binged it and I was just like, yo, I want more. And there's no more to,
see, bro, you got to think, you just saw it, right? So I was watching it as it was going on. So he took that hiatus. And by the time you get to the point where he took the hiatus, not that much time had really passed. So now at this point, I've been sitting here 4 or 5 years waiting. You know what I mean? And I done given up. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, if it comes back on, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, What's his name that does Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter?
Oh, I'll look it up.
Oh, yeah, it's the same guy. Forgot.
Yeah, the same guy. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But I love everything that dude does, man. I love his stories.
Yoshishiro Tagashi. That's the creator.
I love that guy.
Yeah, I mean,
he's great.
Yeah, no, he is, and he made 2 popular anime, and then he's married to the creator of Sailor Moon. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's one of those crossovers that I would love to see. I'm surprised that we haven't seen like an anime special where it's Team Urameshi with the Sailor Guardians. Like, that's something that I think would be awesome if it did happen, but it's probably never gonna happen. But you never know. I mean, like, they do crossovers.
Yeah,
we've seen. I'm trying to think what's a crossover that we never thought would have happened. Like Family Guy and The Simpsons, they did that. Like, nobody.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say back in the adult section, they had them Dragon Ball Z Sailor Moon crossover.
Hey, just take it.
We ain't gonna talk about that,
bro. What are you doing? Just take it easy.
I'm just saying, bro. You asking? I'm giving you answers.
No, but moving along. You were also in Demon Slayer Mugen Train, and yes, you were Rengoku's younger brother, Senjuro.
Yeah,
and like, were you a fan of Demon Slayer before being a part of the movie, or like, was this your first entry into Demon Slayer?
At that time, I haven't finished Demon Slayer, but I watched a little bit of the episodes and I really enjoyed it. I really love the art style, especially like their breathing technique moves. I love like the kind of watercolor, like classic Japanese painting sort of vibe that it gets when they use their attacks, especially for the water. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the water breathing, the fire breathing. It's like you said, like the animation and I just like Japanese culture. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's the traditional stuff. And it's like, I can't wait until season 2 comes out. Trav, isn't season 2 out now?
Nah, they're doing the Mugen Train episodes.
Okay, it's like filler stuff right now.
It's not filler, it's just an expand. Again, you ain't seen the meme where it's got but I've already seen the movie, and then it's got Goku and Naruto saying first time, huh?
Yeah, because they did the same. Yeah, they did the same thing with Dragon Ball. Yeah, no, I saw that. But I don't. Do you read the manga, Sid?
No, that's something that I haven't done yet. I haven't read any manga as of now. I would love to though, because I'm curious to see like if young Rengoku comes back, like if he's gonna do anything. I don't really know what he's gonna do.
Oh man!
Yeah, we'll see if D was here. You know, D he is a huge Demon Slayer fan. Like, he finished reading the manga after we did our review for it the first time. And your character, he does come back. As far as I've gotten, like Tanjiro, he does meet him. He does do the promise that he made to Rengoku by going to go see his brother. But D did tell me that he appears later on in the manga. But I told him not to spoil it for him because it's like, I want to know what happened. So that's one of the things too that I love when we have voice actors and actresses come up here, is because like they'll voice somebody and like it might have been like a couple of seconds in the episode, but then for people that read the manga, it's just like, oh yeah, you'll be back.
Okay, yeah. I'm ready. I already did Senjuro for the video game. Like, it's pretty much the same lines he did in the movie, but it was good to like play that character again. Yeah, because now that older Rengoku's gone, maybe I can take his spot and become cool too.
See,
become a Hashira.
I don't know, man, because it's like the fans, like, they still grieving over Rengoku. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so Senjuro can never take his place, but the spirit will live on.
It's like the last thing I want for the younger Rengoku is to get that Jamie Lynn Spears and Ray J treatment, the younger
brother treatment.
Yeah, Brandy's brother, Brittany's, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, no, I'm my own person,
Yeah.
Poor Aaron Carter.
Oh my god, I have not heard that name in a long time. Hey, look, at least he can say he beat Shaq. See, that's what Shaq needs to do. Shaq needs to make a Papa John's commercial and bring Aaron Carter back, and they can play basketball.
Have a rematch.
Yeah, they can have a rematch.
Wait, Aaron Carter beat him in what, basketball?
Well,
not for real.
He had a song, That's How I Beat Shaq.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's been a while.
No,
okay.
Yeah. It's been. I know. Didn't he have a celebrity boxing match against Odom?
He did with Lamar Odom.
See how tall he was compared? Like,
bro, I was gonna say
Aaron size difference. It's crazy.
Aaron Carter got that ass whooped. So, but Lamar Odom hover over this man. So I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah, it's definitely David and Goliath all over again.
No, it's crazy, man. But you said it. Oh, go ahead, Trev.
No, I'm mocking you, bro. It's all good.
Why are you mocking me for?
Cause man, you say stuff and I like to repeat it, and it make me,
It makes you feel good about yourself?
It makes me feel good about myself. There you go.
Okay. I was about to say something, but I'm trying to keep it clean. You know what I'm saying? But since we got Don on the screen, we can talk about Promised Neverland. Okay. And now Promised Neverland, it's a good anime. I loved it. I enjoy season 1. I enjoy season 2, but it does have its controversy because of how the anime was changed for season 2 and how they skipped over a bunch of the stuff. Now, I know you say that you don't really read a lot of manga and whatnot, but what was your take on season 2 coming out, going from season 1 where everybody loved season 1, and then season 2 comes out and everybody's just trashing it?
Okay, so for this one, I actually did do research on the manga, and I saw what Don becomes. Like, he gets a pretty cool bow and arrow. I saw he becomes like a hunter. Like he's kind of, him and Gilda are kind of like second in command.
Yep.
So I was really excited. I'm like, okay, cool. Character development this is gonna go on for a long time. And then when that season 2 comes out, I'm like, wait, it's over? Wait, hold up. We're already going to, without any spoilers. This is already happening. Okay. Okay, cool. I was just really happy. Like from an actor standpoint, from what Don was before, he was a brat. Right. He was jealous of Ray. And he became, he literally grew up before our eyes. Like they all did, but like as an actor, like he transitioned from this little boy into a young man. And it was just really cool to play a character like that. So that's what I liked about it. Season 2 may not have been what everybody wanted, but at least we got a conclusion.
Yep.
And we were able to see those characters one more time, and that was really fun.
Yeah, somebody who didn't read the manga, like I enjoyed season 2, but I can understand why people who read the manga were upset because they were expecting more. Like how you just said, you thought that we would get to see like much more growth and development with some of the characters, because in the manga, like they do grow. And I know that they ended up changing the ending for the anime because it's different in the manga and whatnot. And the only thing I would tell people is just like, if you're not a fan of the anime, then just read the manga. You know what I'm saying? So that way that you can get the true story. Because I know that there's another anime that's out there where like they changed a couple of things and they kind of pissed off people. I think it was My Hero Academia. Like for season 5, like they rearranged like the arcs with what happens with
the chain of events.
Yeah, the chain of events with My Villain Academia and the stuff where they trained with Endeavor, and people were pissed off about it. But I read the My Hero manga, and I'm just like, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, you still got everything. It's just that they just changed it for the anime.
I mean, it's a different interpretation. Like, it doesn't have to exactly be like the manga. Like, it can be its own thing. That's why I appreciate season 2 for what it was. But this is someone who doesn't read the manga. But it's just awesome to see it, like stuff that we saw on paper, and now we get to watch it in this form. So that's what I like about it, but I understand the hardcore fans, so I get it. We still put our heart and soul into those characters, and gave an excellent last performance, and I'm grateful for it.
Yeah, and I highly recommend it. Because like I said, season 1 was good, season 2 was good, and if you didn't read the manga, then it's for you. You know what I'm saying? You'll enjoy it. Now, I want to ask you, Ced, like out of all of the characters that you voice, who are some of your favorite characters that you've performed as?
Chitu, definitely. I really like this other character I play. His name is DJ. He's in the show called Droners. Because it's a different voice that I rarely get to do. DJ is kind of like this. It's a pop star. And he so Droners is kind of like this show where these characters are on this island, and they have these drones. Some are powered by like these genie spirits, and they race. And it's for the fate of their island, because they each come from like a different island. And if they win the whale cup, then the whale technology will help give resources to their island.
I like that.
And so like my character, like, so there's all like a bunch of different teams. And so my character, DJ, I played 3 characters in that, but DJ's my favorite. He's on Team Starfish. And he's just this really larger than life character. He's like really like, show offy. He kind of sounds like this. My name's DJ. So yeah, I never get to play a character like that. And so he's one of my favorites. Another character I like, this one's not out yet, but there's a trailer for this character. His name's Leo. He's in a show called Frenzy Space. It's about 3 kids who go to outer space and they make friends with aliens.
Nice.
From different planets. What I like about that character is that he's literally a younger version of me. He likes kung fu movies. He likes manga. Well, anime/manga, but he reads manga. And he's just really adventurous, and he's not afraid of anything. So I love that character. And a lot of the characters that I like aren't out yet. I love Don as well. But yeah, those are a few of my favorites right now. Oh, and this character, his name's Gil. It's another show that's not out yet. It's called Gil Next Door. The art style is, I love Drake too, the guy that's behind you in Ghost Force, Drake Miller. He's dope. He's a bully character. I rarely ever get to play the bad guy. What was I talking about?
Yeah, you were just naming off some of your favorite characters.
Yeah.
What show was I talking about?
The last one was Frenzy
Space.
Frenzy Space.
Oh, Gil Next Door.
Gil, that's what it was. Yeah.
Gil Next Door. So the art style kind of looks like Rocco.
Okay, hell yeah.
And it's coming out real soon. Probably next year. His name's Gilly Pad Hopkins, and he is a frog. He has a little brother that's a tadpole, and it's just this really wacky show, like where they're just living their lives, and then like every episode something crazy happens. It's really funny. It's like probably one of the funniest shows I've worked on so far, and I'm so the same guy who made it, Ross Bollinger, he made Pencilmation, which is currently on YouTube. Very it's been out for like years. Like Pencilmation, it's legendary on YouTube. And so he now is making another original show, and I'm really happy to be a part of this show.
Yeah, that's nice. I was looking at some of the pictures from the show, and it definitely gives me those Camp Lazlo vibes. If you remember that show.
Yeah, I remember Camp Lazlo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was just looking at Droners or whatever. These are I like anime. Like, I love anime. I've been watching it since I was about 11.
Since the 70s.
But yeah, since the 70s. But I love cartoons, dude. Like, I really love cartoons. And some of the shows you're naming, like, these are the kind of things that I really, really enjoy watching. Like Droners.
Yeah.
And it's the only one I got to look up right now. But like, this is stuff that I sit here and watch with my kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I enjoy it as much as they do. And it's just exciting that you get to kind of do a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I wanted to. So anime is just like, that's for the nerd in me, like to play like a cool, awesome character. The cartoons is like, for the kids, not my kids, but to entertain like the younger generation.
Yeah.
So I can be a little bit wacky, a little bit over the top. Then video games is like where you get to really stretch your acting muscles. So I would love to do more video games. I've been doing a little bit more video games lately. That I can't talk about right now, but yeah, it's just really awesome to like, and plus cartoons. I have a nephew. He's I think he's 9. He can watch my cartoons. He's in Kentucky. I don't get to like see him because I'm here in LA, but he's been growing up watching me on TV. He's currently watching my cartoon Ghost Force. That's awesome, and my cartoon Boris and Rufus on Amazon. And so that's why I do cartoons, like one of the reasons, so I can entertain him as well. So that's really awesome. Cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Like when he watches the cartoons that you're in, like does he know which character you are as soon as you start talking?
Yeah, he knows it's me. For Boris and Rufus, that one's different because that character, he's like this grumpy dog character, and that's another voice I rarely ever get to do. Like I mostly do my voice. Like Chitu and Don, they're all me. But Boris is like, let's see. Boris is like this. He sounds really angry and annoyed all the time. Yeah, so he knew it was me though, because my mom told him. He was like, "That's your Uncle Junior right there."
Man, that's so cool. Like, I wish I never had a cool cousin or nephew that was doing stuff kids were into. So I can just imagine this kid going to school. You know what I mean?
That's my uncle.
That's my uncle. You know what I mean? Yeah. And all the kids were like, "Yo, that's your uncle," and now he's cool by association.
Oh yeah, and apparently a lot of my younger cousins that are like in the 10 and 12-year-old range, I just found out that they're very fond of me. Like a lot of my family live in Alabama, and my parents go there often to visit, and they would say like, apparently a lot of them follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and they love my work. And some of them I don't know because I haven't been back home in Alabama for a while. So a lot of them were like really young last time I saw them. Now they're like, 10, 12 years old. And a lot of them love anime. And they say I inspire them. So that's another reason why I do this. To inspire the next generation.
Exactly. Setting up the next generation. Yeah, that's awesome, man. To piggyback off of what you were saying and what Trav was mentioning about like having like an older cousin or uncle that does what you do. I remember there was this situation where Henry Cavill, like, is it Cavill or Cavill?
It's Cavill.
Cavill. I think it's Cavill.
Okay, I always mess his last name up, but I do that often. But but his nephew was in school and he was wearing a Superman shirt. And I think the teacher had told him like, he couldn't wear it or something like that because they weren't allowed to wear like comic book shirts or something in school. And he was just like, well, my uncle is Superman. And the teacher, I think he got in trouble for lying or something like that. So Henry shows up like the next week and comes to school with his nephew. And he's just like, yeah, see, I told you my uncle is Superman. You know what I'm saying?
That's so awesome.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I love Henry Cavill.
Yeah, man. I mean, he did a good job in when they redid the Zack Snyder Justice League. Like I thought that they did him way better than they did in
Joss. They did him justice.
Yeah, they did him justice.
Okay.
That movie was in leagues of his own. I loved it.
And now they want him back. I mean, it's like I always wanted another Superman movie because I enjoyed Man of Steel, and it just sucks that the direction that DC was going with their movies, that it's like we're not going to get certain sequels to some movies. Like I don't think we're going to get the Batman movie now because
or a Cyborg movie
or the Cyborg movie.
Cyborg definitely not happening.
Yeah, unfortunately, man. Because I mean, and it sucks because it's like we see like how the character was in the Whedon version, and then we see how the actor, the stuff that he went through on set and whatnot. So it's like I totally understand and agree with him not wanting to come back. It's the same thing with John Boyega saying that he doesn't want to do Star Wars anymore. And I just noticed you got on the Star Wars shirt, Trav. But
always.
But I mean, like, hey, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, if you get treated a certain way on set, it's just like, why would you want to work with that company again? Even if they were to give him an apology, and I'm mad I can't remember the actor's
Ray Fisher?
name.
Talking about Ray Fisher.
Ray Fisher, thank you. Yeah, it's just like even if they do apologize, it's like I still want to work with you guys.
You got to respect Ray Fisher, bro, because he could have just let it slide. Cause he's got a whole career to think about it, and he said, I'm a human being. I ain't gonna be treated this way. I don't care who you are, and I don't care what it does to my career. And hey, man, he stood up for himself, dude. And you gotta respect that.
Well, like when all this happened is before we saw the Snyder cut, and we didn't understand how much they cut out. But he was literally the star.
He was the star of the movie.
Yeah, he was the star of the
movie. he did some cool stuff. I didn't know Cyborg can do all those things.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't do all that stuff in Teen Titans.
Yeah.
No,
or Doom Patrol, I think.
In the DC movies, he's like the DC animated original movies. He's more important as far as how much he is, like how special he is and what he can do.
Yeah. I do feel like that's more of a new 52 thing with the.
It's definitely a new 52 thing.
Yeah, because said like you had just mentioned with Teen Titans, he was just half man, half machine, and I love how they changed his origin story up and how he had the technology from the Mother Box Apocalypse. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I thought that was cool, but so said moving along. This is the spooky season and whatnot, and I do want to talk about some stuff for Halloween in the spooky season. But one last thing that I want to ask you before we get to that stuff is, when you're not voice acting and recording, like, what are some of your hobbies that you're into? Like, what do you like to do?
Well, recently I've gotten into collecting Pokemon art from Etsy. My girlfriend got me into it. I recently bought a realistic Suicune art doll. Wow. I'm getting a custom Victini made. Victini is one of my favorite Pokemon. I collect Funko Pops. I have like over 200 Funko Pops right now. I just got my Charizard one.
Nice.
And I'm trying to get a display case so I can get my favorite ones out, like my Sora, my SpongeBob, my Sonic, my Miles Morales. I like to play video games. I have a PS5. I have a Switch. I play Super Smash Brothers.
Who's your go-to?
Lucas and Sora and Pikachu right now, and Shulk.
Okay.
And a little bit of Banjo and King K. Rool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I really wanted them, and pretty much all the characters I wanted, minus Waluigi, like made it to Smash. So I'm happy about that.
Right.
Yeah.
If Waluigi would have been in there too, and Sora and King K. Rool and Banjo, that's everybody I wanted.
Yeah. It's crazy that Waluigi, he has so much fan response. Like, I don't understand why they didn't put him in the game. Everybody wanted him in there. Yeah.
I mean, if they make another port of actually, I don't think they're gonna they might continue porting Smash Ultimate, because it's no way you can top this game. Everybody's there.
Right.
Like, how are they gonna do it? Like, and Sora ending being the last character, that's that kind of was like a farewell. I can't see them doing anything as big as this again.
The only big thing I can see them doing is if they finally put Goku in the game, because people have been wanting
for anime characters. Okay.
Yeah. People have been wanting Goku and Smash for a long time, and I mean, you never know. I mean, I was surprised when Cloud and Sephiroth showed up.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I loved about Smash was that they gave us everybody. Like, they gave us all the important video game characters of our childhood in one game. So just how you had listed your characters, I was hyped when I saw Joker was in the game, Cloud, Sephiroth. Especially when I think it was Smash Wii, when Sonic was in the game for the first time.
Brawl.
Brawl. I was so hyped when that happened, because I remember being a kid and there was that rumor going around that if you did some sort of requirement in Melee, that you could unlock Sonic and Tails. And I remember people they kept saying that you could do this, and it was just fake news. You know what I'm saying? So it was awesome when Brawl came out and Sonic was in it, and so it's Diddy Kong too.
And Wario. I was happy to see Wario. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love Smash. I stopped playing it for a while, but now I'm back. Sora ignited. He unlocked my heart to play Smash again. Mm-hmm. Let's see. More. I know I got some more hobbies. Watching anime, of course. I would love to get into Twitch streaming. I do have a Twitch, but I haven't really been streaming that much. Mm-hmm. I like to watch documentaries, animal documentaries.
Oh yeah, hell yeah!
I love learning new things about animals. Animals can do so many cool things that humans can't do.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if you got Apple TV, but they've came out with 3 or 4 this year that have been really, really amazing stuff.
Oh, animal documentaries.
Yeah. They had this one on this whale that was, I can't remember the name of it, but it was incredible.
What type of whale was it?
I don't know the name of whales, dude. It's a huge whale.
Bro. Like with a humpback whale.
I think it might have been a humpback whale, dude. This whale's huge though. And of course it don't harm you. They're swimming with it. They're riding on it. You know what I mean? It's playing with them. It's following them, like the ship and stuff. It's cool. Cool stuff. I
gotta watch that. Yeah, wow, I mean, now you got me excited for documentaries again.
Dude, I'm the same way. I love. Apple also had another one where they shot the whole entire documentary at night, but the cameras were like infrared cameras, so it looks like daytime to us, but really it's all the animals at night and what they're doing. It's stuff you really haven't gotten to see before because we didn't have the technology.
Yeah,
and so awesome. That was a really cool documentary too.
Yeah, definitely when it comes to like nature and the animals and the plants and everything. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to a botanical garden, said, but
I have.
We have one here in Virginia, and it's beautiful, going like all year around, and just seeing like all the plants. Like, my favorite time is to go when it's around the holidays, when Christmas comes around, because it's like they turn the whole garden
fall weather, baby.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, it's beautiful, man.
So, wow. Speaking of nature, I love to meditate out in nature sometimes too. And that's a good idea. I've never meditated in a botanical garden before. I'm gonna try that.
It's nice, man. I mean, like, usually I'll go there to work out, man, and just jogging around the garden and just seeing all of the plants and stuff like that, the flowers and stuff. And I always feel like every time I go to botanical gardens that I always discover something new that I might not have even seen before. Like, I had went there last time and I found out that you could actually walk across a lake. And, I didn't even know that you could do that. So yeah, it's always cool stuff that you find out when you go to these places.
Yeah.
Man, I like to watch shows like that on TV, like Discovery and stuff.
Yeah.
But more about like nature. So there's this ice road in Canada that it's a main travel road, but only during X amount of months throughout the year, because then it melts and it's unsafe to go. But it's like their main travel route to get like truck deliveries and stuff like that to these nomadic cities that are out there.
Oh, I think I've heard of that before.
Yeah, man, stuff like that's just super. Like, I know we live like in a small area. I've never really left the East Coast for real. So like when you travel to Minnesota, it looks way different than what I'm used to over here in Virginia. And it's just wild, just other countries here on planet Earth and the different things they have to offer and stuff like that's super cool to me. I've always been a super fan of seeing stuff like that.
One of my dreams later on in life, I would love to travel to different countries and try their food, and like, because that's a good way to like, embrace another culture. Is their food? It brings people together.
Yeah, totally, man. I mean, I feel the same way when it comes to like just going to different states, because I mean, like Trav said, it's like sometimes it's like you just stay in your home area, all your life, and you never get to go out and experience different things. Like I had went to Vegas last year, and it's like my mom, my grandma, like they've never been to Vegas before. You know what I'm saying? So to have that opportunity to go out there and try the different foods that they have out there, all the different cultures and whatnot. Same, I went to Philly a couple of weeks ago, and of course, if you go to Philly, you got to try all the different Philly cheesesteaks. And believe it or not, like every store that we went to, like all of the cheesesteaks, they tasted different. Like there is definitely a ranking system. If you ever go, have you ever been to Philly? You said
no.
If you ever go there, don't go to Geno's and Pat's. Like I know that when you watch documentaries and whatnot, like they always say that Geno's and Pat's are the best because they're right across the street from each other. But it's just like they're just for show. You know what I'm saying? Like all that hype and the subs are just
all that hype, and they gave you a steak-em. You know what I mean? And you weren't excited about it.
Yeah, well at Geno's, like they don't even cut up the meat. Like they just give you the meat on the bread, and that's it.
So let me guess, the best Philly cheesesteak was like in a small hole in the wall mom and pop's shop that like barely anyone knew about.
Well, give him a shout out, bro. Who was it? Let us know.
I can't remember the name.
Oh, it was so good you can't remember.
We went to so many Philly cheesesteak places, man, and I got to the point where it's like I was starting to get tired of Philly cheesesteaks because it's like that's all we were eating when we went to Philly. But yeah, moving along. So like I said, spooky season. This is our final episode before we get to Halloween. So I wanted to take this time to talk about some of the scary stuff because we really haven't talked about a lot of scary horror stuff this month. Have we, Trav?
No, not really.
Yeah, I mean, we've interviewed, actors that have been in horror movies and whatnot, but we haven't talked about some of our favorites. So I want to ask you, Sid, like, what are you doing to celebrate the spooky season? Like, are you into the spooky season like that, or?
Not really. Growing up, I never really was able to celebrate Halloween. I love horror films though, so I probably will watch a horror film marathon. I love Chucky. I love Saw. That's my favorite franchise.
Yeah.
Maybe if some voice actor friends of mine have a Halloween party, maybe I'll show up. I got me a Blastoise onesie.
Hey,
hell yeah!
Because I wanted the Gyarados, but Blastoise was my first Pokemon that I got to level 100, and Squirtle was my starter back in the day.
I was going to ask you that earlier too. Like, which one did you choose? Because you love Pokemon.
I chose Squirtle because even back then I knew about the type system. Obviously he has water attacks to beat Charizard, but he can also beat Venusaur because he has ice attacks, and grass types are weak to ice. So I know your rival gets the opposite that beats your type. So like I'm ready for you, Gary.
Now, you say you got him to level 100 down. Did you do it the legit way or did you cheat?
Yeah. I did the legit way.
Bank's a cheater, so he won't know.
I only cheated to get Mew because I didn't know how else to get Mew back then. Mew was so hard to get. So for the spooky season, my girlfriend is really into like Halloween, so we went to a pumpkin patch yesterday. We're gonna go to Halloween Horror Nights possibly, and the haunted hayride. I do want to go to a haunted house, so that's how I'm celebrating it, because even though I didn't get to celebrate it a lot growing up, I can participate a little bit, to get into, the vibes of Halloween a little bit,
Yeah, no, I totally feel you on that, man. Like, it's always cool when you go to like these haunted houses and like the haunted hay rides and farms, because we have a lot of those here in Virginia. And it's just like, sometimes it's like, of course I go to them every year. And sometimes it's like I just laugh because I love seeing other people run and scream, but they still get me sometimes, especially when the dudes come with the chainsaws. Yeah,
sometimes they get you.
Well, the last haunted farm that I had went to, I was with a group of people and they wanted me to be the leader because they were all scared. It was a bunch of kids, you know what I'm saying? And there was this one area, it was the bamboo forest, and it's completely dark in there. So you can't see anything at all. And, we're walking with people, and then like all of a sudden you got people jumping out of the bamboo bushes and stuff like that, and kids screaming and whatnot. Like the one kid that was with us, like when we were walking through the cornfield, it's like you're supposed to walk on a path, but he did an exit stage left and ran through the cornfield because of how scared he was. So I love it. I love doing that. Like, that's my favorite part of the spooky season. Trav, what about you?
Yeah. I mean, I know you mentioned Saw. I'm a huge James Wan fan, even though he's been disconnected from the series for so long. That's his baby. You know what I mean?
Did he do the recent one that came out,
No.
Spiral? Nah.
Okay.
And that was a good movie too.
He hasn't directed one since the first one, and he hasn't produced any of them since the second. So what's it called?
Okay.
He's been gone. But yeah, I love Saw. I'm in the middle of my Chucky marathon, so I just watched Seed of Chucky last night, so I'm gonna finish up Cult and Curse tonight.
Cult was no.
You didn't like Cult?
I didn't like Cult.
Was it too scary, or you just didn't like
it?
No,
I didn't like. Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but he does something that's really ridiculous.
Oh yeah, but
no, I mean, I agree with you on that, and it's like we reviewed a Chucky TV show, and the show is really good. I don't know.
It's really good. Yes, every Tuesday I watch it.
But it's one of those things where it's like there used to be rules to what he could do, and it's like now it's just over the top. Like it's crazy on what he can do now with his powers.
Yeah, I liked it better when it was simple. And Trav, are you also gonna watch the Mark Hamill Chucky movie as well that was on Netflix?
No, I was just because I'm watching the show. It made me want to watch because the show picks up right after that version of Chucky. Okay. So I realized that I had never seen all the Chucky movies.
That's crazy.
In like a watch. No. I've seen them all, but sporadically throughout my life. You know what I mean? I've never sat down and marathoned them.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing right now. That's what I've been doing for a week, is marathoning these Chucky movies.
That's a good idea.
Back to back. Yeah.
I'm gonna do that too.
That's what I do. I hand out good ideas.
Yeah.
Not all the time.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Trav, what's your favorite Star Wars movie since you got the Star Wars shirt on?
Star Wars, man. You know what? For a long time, it was Return of the Jedi. You know, and I liked 1, 2, and 3. You know, I was a kid when they came out and they blew me away, regardless of what people say. But this guy. But no, honestly, Rogue One might be my favorite Star. I've realized as I've gotten older, I care less about Jedis and more about the people that are living in this world.
That's why Mandalorian was so good, because
Mandalorian's so good. Exactly.
It didn't focus on Jedi till towards the end.
Yep.
Right. And yeah, I really, really love Rogue One. So it's a toss up between Return of the Jedi and Rogue One.
Okay, I need to give Rogue One a rewatch, because I was the type that's like, if it doesn't have Jedis in it, I'm not watching it. But you're right.
Yeah.
But in Star Wars, I really want to watch a Yoda origin story.
Absolutely.
It'd be dope to get that. Honestly, I would like Yoda, and I would like Qui-Gon, because I thought he was a cool character in episode 1.
I think, see, the thing though, like, no disrespect to Qui-Gon, but he's just some old white dude. Like, there's no mystery behind him. Yoda's this one of a kind. You don't know what his race is. You don't know anything about this dude except that he's an old wise Jedi.
He's so powerful.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, like, dude, where's his people at? Where'd he come from? Like, that they dove into the Chewie stuff. We got to see more Wookiees and stuff like that. We don't know anything about Yoda. Qui-Gon's just like some white dude that he's cool.
They just take it easy.
I'm not, I'm not clamoring for Qui-Gon to. I don't even know about his childhood, bro. I didn't even know about that Yoda though.
What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Let's see. You're gonna hate me for this. I really like the prequels. I like episode 3.
That's my favorite too, man. Like, go ahead.
I wasn't saying that. I was just laughing because like Travis silent right now. I'm like,
no, I love the prequel. That's what I mean.
The prequels are good.
People shit on the prequels, and what's it called? They're really good. I mean, of course, again, I was a kid. I got to see them in theaters, like for real. Like when the original trilogy came out, we weren't even born.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We don't have a connection to them like that.
Yeah, we don't have the connection to them. But when episode 1 came out, my mom took me, you know what I mean, to go see this movie. And episode 1 is my second favorite. Like, out of the Rogue One, Return of the Jedi, they're tied for 1. But after that is episode 1, because when Darth Maul came on the screen,
right, I had the dual saber. Yo, we lost it in the
soundtrack.
theaters.
You know that Duel of the Fate song. Dun, 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 dun. I was like, woo! This jank is sweet, boy. So,
bro, and don't forget about the pod racing, man. Like, the
pod racing was so cool.
It was dope, man. It was like episode 1 was a really good movie, and I know people like to crap on Jar Jar Binks, but as a kid, like I like Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, he was funny. He's a movie always needs that comedic sort of like animalistic sort of character. Disney does it a lot in their stuff.
I agree. But episode 3, I mean, like from beginning to end, it's like we already knew that it was going to be the last one in the trilogy, and they went off with a bang. And I don't know if you guys played the Star Wars episode 3 video game. They can't, like, because most movie tie-in games, they're not that good, but this one was pretty good. I mean, like, you get to play as Anakin, you get to play as Obi-Wan. And then they also had like a dual mode up there where you could play with the other Jedi and whatnot. So I just really enjoyed the movie. It's my favorite in all of the Star Wars movies. I really enjoyed.
Not alone. That's awesome.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Solo movie too, even though a lot of people crapped on it.
I liked it too.
I liked it too. It was fun.
He was a good Han Solo.
Yeah,
definitely. And I love Donald Glover, so I was about to bring that up.
Yeah, Donald Glover. Yeah, he killed it in it too. So I wanted to take it back to Chucky. Now, when you watched it when you were a kid, now, did you ever have nightmares about Chucky? Like, were you afraid of dolls? Like, because I see Kirby's behind you. Like, do you think that Kirby might get up and try to do something? Like,
you know what? Like, it's kind of a balance for me because even though I did watch Chucky growing up and was afraid of dolls, I also watched Toy Story. So I know toys can be good too.
I was the same way.
I'm like, maybe you're not evil, maybe you're good, maybe you.
And we was just talking about Josh Whedon's Justice League, and it all comes full circle to Josh Whedon's Toy Story. Oh. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't know Josh Whedon wrote Toy Story. And
are you for real?
Like the original, the first one?
See, that's what I mean. There's so many people that don't know Josh Whedon wrote Toy Story.
What's your source?
Which one, the first one?
Yeah, he wrote the first Toy Story.
I might look it up. I'm pulling the Trav now.
This is what I mean. Josh Whedon's responsible for a lot of weird, random things. Obviously, he's known for Buffy.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, I know he did Buffy. Wow.
Yeah. Angel. What is it? Angel. What is it called? The spinoff.
Angel. Yeah, the spinoff. Then what was the show? Agents of Shield.
Spinoff.
Is it Agents of Shield?
He wrote on that. Yeah, he wrote on the first couple seasons before he parted ways with Marvel. So. Yeah, Josh Whedon, man, he writes a lot of crazy stuff.
Wow,
and
he did.
And then like I was lying, and then it circles back to, it comes out that this dude's a garbage human being who treats people like dirt. You know what I mean? So you just don't know, what you're gonna get.
That's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate, man.
Forrest Gump said, "Man, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know."
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sid.
I just wanted to comment on the Chucky thing again. See, I'm at the point now where I'm gonna get a Chucky Funko Pop, and I want to see because I already got Pennywise, and I'm like, okay, so because I'm afraid of clowns, but I'm like, okay, I did there's a charm to Pennywise, there's a charm to Chucky, so I think I'm getting over my fear of dolls and clowns because I'm getting them in this cute Funko Pop form.
Right.
My girlfriend said she was planning on getting like a actual doll of Chucky. I'm like, I don't know if you get that,
that's too much.
I'm like,
Spencer's used to sell one.
I remember that. I'm like, yeah, don't like keep them out of sight when I'm there, especially when I'm trying to sleep. Because if I wake up and
you don't want to know that she actually
face,
got the doll.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, that's too much. I totally understand that.
Did you like the It reboot more than the original?
Yes, it was way better.
Yeah, it's way better.
In the original, it doesn't even show the part where he bites off Georgie's arm. It kind of cuts.
Yeah.
In this one, you see everything. It's gruesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry, Seth.
I'm sorry. The first one was the original was a made-for-TV movie, so they couldn't really be as gruesome and bloody as they wanted. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Go ahead, Benjamin.
No, I was going to ask you because earlier you had asked Trav if he had saw the Child's Play with Mark Hamill in it, and I wanted to ask you, have you seen it? And if you have, were you a fan of it?
I thought it was interesting because, I mean, this time he wasn't a possessed doll. He was like a doll that was ran by an app, and it kind of malfunctions. So that was an interesting take. I did like Mark Hamill as Chucky, but he didn't have that same sort of you listen to a voice over and over again, Brad Dourif, Chucky, his voice just fits. Yeah, I love them both. So shout out to Mark Hamill. But it was just something that was a little off about the movie in general. I give it a 6 or 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's not perfect. I mean, I know a lot of hardcore fans they crapped over the movie, but I thought it was good for what it was. I thought it was cool seeing Brian Tyree Henry in it. I've been a fan of his ever since Atlanta, and anything that he's in, I'm gonna go and watch and support him.
Same with
Eternals coming soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and watch that too. And
a new season of Atlanta coming soon too.
Hey, I can't wait till that new season of Atlanta.
We've been waiting 4 years, bro. We ready.
Hey, I mean, season 3 and 4, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's all of the actors that were on Atlanta, they blew up they had personal things going on in their lives. So it's I'm happy that it's finally coming back, and I can't wait to watch it. But yeah, I thought Child's Play was okay. I thought
it was better than Cold. It was better than Cold of Chucky for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth a watch. I mean, I know people were pissed off about how Chucky didn't get into the body because of voodoo and everything, and I was just well, we live in the digital age now, so I think it made sense for Chucky.
Think it made sense.
Yeah, he was an artificial doll, and technology corrupting it. It's like Terminator. It's pretty much in the same universe.
Yeah, it's just something about a serial killer that they thought was dead, and now he's back, and now he's able to kill again. It's just something about that, as opposed to like an app that anything can, like literally any Chucky doll in that universe could be a killer if something malfunctions.
Right. That iRobot treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And you know, like that's something that I love about the Chucky TV show, where it's just like we know that Chucky is a killer, but he's just like, I'm not a monster. I would never do that.
Not a monster.
Yeah.
I only kill bad people that have it coming to them.
They do a good job, but I cannot wait for this chick to get hers, bro. As soon as she dressed up like his dad, and that was I was like, I know she a kid, and we all do hurtful things, that maybe 10 years from now she'll be like, I can't believe I did that to him. But as of right now in this show, she got to go, and I'm ready for it.
Hey, said I was telling them when we did the review for it that when she dressed up as his dad, like I was weak because it reminded me of Harry from Home Alone. Like he would get shot.
That's funny, yeah. So she's a little creative. She was very creative with the costume. And what I like about this show, Chucky is a lot more. He's doing stuff he's never done before. Like him, when he was at the talent shows, talking in front of all those people. Found a way to like talk to those people, but not reveal that he is alive. And also him putting on the Hello Kitty mask and walking out in public. He's never done that before. He's a little bit more stealthy with his kills. He makes it seem like that's how he killed you, because he's literally just a doll, so you can literally overpower him, but he kills you with like surprising you.
That's what I love too. The first kill they show in the series is him strangling somebody, and them going back to the nothing like a good strangle, tying into what he was known for, the strangler. And I thought, again, it's like little nice touches. If you're a fan of the franchise,
of course,
you're like, I like how they did that, right?
Just like when he was talking, I can't remember the main character's name. Is it Alex?
Alex.
Is that the
We're
name?
rolling with Alex right now.
Yeah, we're on roll with Alex. I forgot his name, but when Chucky was talking with him, and he had mentioned that his son was queer. You know what I'm saying? I thought that it was cool that they brought that into it. I'm just like, well, now maybe we might see his son and his daughter. Because even though I wasn't really a big fan of Seed of Chucky, like, I mean, it's still one of those movies where it's just like, I'll watch it if it's on. You know what I'm saying? I thought Redman did a good job in it.
I bet you did. Jennifer Tilly thought he did a good job too.
Hey, take it.
Just saying.
But yeah. With that being said, hey, we can go and wrap this thing up. Said, thank you so much for joining us, man. It was a pleasure having you up here with us, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you for bringing me on. It was a pleasure being a part of this show. It was fun. It ended too fast, but exactly. I mean, it sounds like everybody's awake now. So thank you. It was an honor. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate this.
You're welcome.
For the culture.
Hey, I
nerd
love it,
culture.
Man.
Hey.
Yes, sir. So before we let you go, let everybody in social media land know where they can find you at.
Okay. You can find me on Instagram.com/Cedric L Williams. That's CEDRICLWILLIAMS. You can find me on Twitter at Ced Williams Jr. That's CEDWILLIAMS JR. I'm on Twitch. I don't really get on that much, but when I start getting on, just so you have it, it's Ceddy Player One, CEDDY Player One, all spelled out. I also have I like to do punny stuff like that. And I'm on Twitch. I just said Twitch. TikTok. Yeah, I think it's just my name, Cedric L Williams, on TikTok.
I like that. Yeah, Ready Player One's one of my favorite movies, so I like that.
It's really good. I like it better than the book.
I can't wait for Ready Player 2 to come out.
And I got Ready Player 2, but I ain't ready yet. I'm a level with everybody. Your boy ain't ready yet.
I've heard bad things about Ready Player 2, the book.
Yeah, me too.
Hopefully the movie is going to be fire, because it's like I did enjoy Ready Player 1, and I'd be down to see the second movie. Trav, let them know where they can find you at in social media land.
And you can find me on the Instagram at ZK Audio. You can find me on the Twitter at TRAVIOSCK, where you can also find me on Letterboxd, where I'm ranking and rating all my 2021 releases and movies. Right now, I'm wrapping up my Chucky / Child's Play list. And Mr. Benjamin Banks, where they gonna find podcast #1 hero at?
You can find me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you again, everybody, for watching this video, not video review, but video interview. I'm so sorry about that. And make sure you check out some more of our interviews, video reviews, and reaction videos that we have here on the channel. Podcast with brand new episodes every Tuesday. And then the video of that episode is up here on YouTube that Friday. Like I always say, keep that pinky up, stay positive, and be safe this spooky season. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Peace. Thank you for watching a brand new episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure that you hit that like button and you subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content on our channel. Make sure you check out our podcast, where we release new episodes every Tuesday, and the video of that episode is uploaded on Friday. And you can find new episodes of our podcast on all podcast platforms. Make sure you follow all the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks social media accounts at Leveling Up Banks on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, we have a Patreon. If you're feeling generous and would love to donate to us, it's at Leveling Up Banks. And huge shout out to our patrons. We really appreciate you and thank you for the support. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.